classic singer and composer. And he's been with Baba since 1985. And he's here to present a beautiful song offering tribute to Nirmala Didi. And now we will listen to Brother Tim and also be in Baba's remembrance along with that.
Om Shanti. When Didi Nirmala flew away on October 20 last year, I asked Baba in Amrit Vela the next morning if I could write a song about Didi, knowing that she never wanted to be praised or adored by anyone. I think Baba touched my intellect because the idea of creating a song that shows an imaginary conversation between Didi Nirmala and Baba came to me. The words came very easily, as did the melody, very simple and true. In my mind, I sang it to Didi and got a one-word response. That word was, Acha. Well, that must be her approving, right? I sang it for her Sydney Memorial Service, and now 5 months later, I'm singing it here in her place, Gyan Sarovar. Didi was our Didi, but she was really only Baba's in the way that she lived her life. I feel that a better tribute to her would be if I could live out the lyrics which the songs say. The best way to honor someone is to imbibe the qualities you admire in them. They are Baba's qualities, but she was the home ground example for us Australians. Purity, honesty, accuracy, compassion, problem solving, practical, motherly kindness, and good humor too. Plus, no fussing around. Acha, so that's my cue. Here is the song. Its true title is Nirmala Sings to God, but you can simply call it Didi's Song. Om Shanti. Let me live for you today. These are your hands, your eyes, your lips, and you show them the way. My heart is full of all the love you give. I want to show the world the wonders of you. Oh Baba, what can I say today? With my sisters and my brothers here always, we go together through all eternity. How can I show you what you truly mean to me? Oh Baba, I give my breath to you. Oh Baba, I give my mind to you. Oh Baba, I give my life to you. And I am lost in your love. I am simply lost in you.
सच्ची लगन से बन जा बाबा के, सच्ची लगन से बन जा बाबा के। तू गले को हार, उड़ जा प्यारे वतन में, नीले अंबर के उस पार, हो नीले अंबर के उस पार। पंछी रे ओ बाबा तुम मात पिता हो, तुम ही हो जग के तारनहार। ओ बाबा तुम मात पिता हो, तुम ही हो जग के तारनहार। दुख हरता तुम सुख करता हो, गुणों के भंडार। हम सब बच्चे गाते हैं तेरी, हम सब बच्चे गाते हैं तेरी महिमा अपरंपार। उड़ जा प्यारे वतन में, नीले अंबर के उस पार, नीले अंबर के उस पार। पंछी रे उड़ जा प्यारे वतन में, नीले अंबर के उस पार, नीले अंबर के उस पार, हो नीले अंबर के उस पार, नीले।
बाबा समान किया सबका भला, ओ दीदी निर्मला। बाबा समान किया सबका भला, ओ दीदी निर्मला। प्यार का दें हम कैसे सिला, ओ दीदी निर्मला। प्यार का दें हम कैसे सिला, ओ दीदी डॉक्टर निर्मला, ओ दीदी डॉक्टर निर्मला। सबके प्रति समभावना, स्वच्छ सरल और निर्मल मन। सबके प्रति समभावना, स्वच्छ सरल और निर्मल मन। प्यार दुलार आदर सत्कार, भूले न भुलाए वो अपनापन। उस दुलार का क्या देसिला, उस दुलार का क्या देसिला, ओ दीदी निर्मला। प्यार का दें हम कैसे सिला। ओ दीदी डॉक्टर निर्मला, ओ दीदी डॉक्टर निर्मला। रूहानी प्यार की खुशबू से हम सबको सराबोर किए। रूहानी प्यार की खुशबू से हम सबको सराबोर किए। तुम्हारे साथ का अनुभव सुनकर साकर दिन वो ताज हुए। जीवन कमल है ऐसा खिला, जीवन कमल है ऐसा खिला। ओ दीदी निर्मला, प्यार का दें हम कैसे सिला। ओ दीदी डॉक्टर निर्मला, ओ दीदी डॉक्टर निर्मला। देश विदेश के बहले भाई तुमको याद करते हैं। देश विदेश के बहले भाई तुमको याद करते हैं। दिल का स्नेह श्रद्धा सुमन अब तुमको अर्पित करते हैं। कहते हैं क्या क्या न मिला, कहते हैं तुमसे क्या न मिला। ओ दीदी निर्मला, प्यार का दें हम कैसे सिला। ओ दीदी निर्मला, बाबा समान किया सबका भला। ओ दीदी निर्मला, बाबा समान किया सबका भला। ओ दीदी निर्मला, प्यार का दें हम कैसे सिला। ओ दीदी डॉक्टर निर्मला, ओ दीदी डॉक्टर निर्मला, ओ दीदी डॉक्टर निर्मला।
बाबा तेरे हम रहे यही जिंदगी का सार है। बाबा तेरे हम रहे यही जिंदगी का सार है। इस भरे संसार में तेरा प्यार ही आधार है। इस भरे संसार में तेरा प्यार ही आधार है। बाबा तेरे हम रहे। बाबा तू ही एक जिस पर बच्चों का अधिकार है, बाबा तेरे हम रहें। हमने ढूंढा आप जैसा बाबा कोई ना मिला, हमने ढूंढा आप जैसा बाबा कोई ना मिला, जिसको अपना कह सके ऐसा हितैषी ना मिला, जिसको अपना कह सके ऐसा हितैषी ना मिला, हमको बाबा न मिला। तुझ में अपनी बस्ती देखी, तू ही बस संसार है, तुझ में अपनी बस्ती देखी, तू ही बस संसार है, बाबा तेरे हम रहे। अपना प्यारा करके हमको जग से न्यारा कर दिया, अपना प्यारा करके हमको जग से न्यारा कर दिया, जो न दुनिया दे सकी बाबा वो तूने दे दिया, जो न दुनिया दे सकी बाबा वो तूने बाबा वो तूने दे दिया। ये हृदय गाता है प्रतिपल बस तेरा उपकार है, ये हृदय गाता है प्रतिपल बस तेरा उपकार है, बाबा तेरे हम रहे यही जिंदगी का सार है, बाबा तेरे हम रहे यही जिंदगी का सार है, इस बड़े संसार में तेरा प्यार ही आधार है, इस बड़े संसार में तेरा प्यार ही आधार है, बाबा तेरे हम रहे।
Om Shanti. Now I would like to invite Sister Deepti from South Africa, Sister Christine from Australia, Brother Ganesh from Sri Lanka, and Brother Peru from Malaysia to please come up on the stage, and they will share their experiences with Nirmala Didi in essence. Please come up on the stage. They have taken so much sustenance from Didi and picked up a lot of jewels from Didi, and they will share.
So Om Shanti. Beautiful song from Tim. I hadn't heard it before. Very moving. Some of my experiences with Didi, I lived with her for 5 years in Indraprasth in Sydney from 1998 until 2003. And I can remember one lunchtime we were sitting there together, and she says, some people don't think that I'm very loving. And it was a very tender moment, actually, for her to say that. But she was very detached as she said it, of course, as well. But, and I thought about it, and I thought, Didi's just, her love was so different, because she herself said at that time that I do feel love and I am loving. But as I say, a very different kind of a love. It's not that, softy kind of touchy-feely kind of love. She expressed it in a way which was just beautiful, especially in her ability to be so available to us. Her instant responses to emails, to phone calls. She was there. She was there for us all the time, which is not always something that the seniors can do, because they've got a lot on their plates. And but along with that too, she would listen for, when there was a desire in someone's heart. She would fulfill that. There's one sister that was also saying to her once that she would have loved to have had a surrender ceremony, a traditional Indian one. She wasn't Indian. And about a year later, she was walking in the courtyard at Pandabhavan, and Didi called her over and she said, "Come with me." And so she went with her, and in the room at the front there, which was Daddy's meeting room, Daddy G's meeting room, all the daddies were there, all of them, except Daddy Janki, who actually complained later that she should have been called as well, but was busy. And they gave her the most magnificent surrender ceremony, all the daddies. And Didi had just remembered that one desire that sister had had. So that was very, very special. But she had also a lot of mercy. Her love was like, I think Tim said, the compassion. So compassionate. In the 90s, I can remember there was an incident, and those of us in the centre at that time were saying, oh, maybe, the soul shouldn't be coming anymore, shouldn't come to the centre, etc. And Didi said, no, it can't be like that, because the soul has got one foot in each boat, and we have to really take care of them. Let him still come, and let this, you just give him even more love. These were the sort of things. And one other incident, which I'm sure my time's up, I could talk and talk really, but was her ability to be such an instrument in her clarity for giving wisdom and guidance on any question. And many a time I used to feel as if it was a thunderbolt from Baba when I'd ask on certain things. One incident, I was driving her one day, and I was having a bit of a bodily problem, biggish one really, and I said to Didi, what do you think? Should I, have this operation and get this quite an important organ out of the body? And she just looked at me and she said, Acha, get it out, don't be attached. And it was like a thunderbolt really from Didi. It really was, from Baba, sorry, not Didi, but from Baba. And someone else later said to me, look, that's very invasive surgery. You shouldn't really, go down that path. And I had no second thoughts. It was Baba had totally, wanted this. That's enough. Many other stories.
Thanks a lot, Sister Christine. Now, Deepti.
Om Shanti. I think my journey as a Brahmin was very much influenced when I first came to stay in the center. I think one of the most beautiful qualities that enhances your journey with faith and stability is when you feel really safe. And there was a period of time when Didi took a very specific role to support the South African family, and many of us were newer as center residents. And it was very beautiful when you have such clarity, such specificness. I remember at one time when the level of compassion and the level of practicality was experienced equally. We live in quite an interesting environment, and one of our sisters was in one of the centers, and it wasn't in a very safe place. And Didi asked the brothers and said to the brothers, if this was your daughter, would you let her stay here? And it was very practical that on the one side, she was able to give you the best, but the fullness of practicality in it. And I think this is what I've always valued about Didi, that even till as the years in my Brahmin life grew, I felt this open door that I could go to whenever I came to Madhuban specifically, and to be able to speak to Didi quite straight. And Didi would tell you quite straight. And it was beautiful, because I think the greatest gift a soul can receive from any soul is the feeling of safety and trust, because it is in those energies that we blossom. So thanks to Didi and Baba.
Thank you, Dipti Ben. Now, Peru Bhai.
Om Shanti. It is a long journey, with our RC, Dr. Nirmala. I actually met her in December 1985, when we had a retreat in one of the islands in Malaysia. They call it Penang Island. I still remember the Murli she read. It is about languages, language of feelings, language of eyes and so on. Very nice Murli. And after that, it's a long journey. The early years, from 85 to 90, I would say that the system itself, Baba's system, to understand Baba's system, she has been very, very instrumental. In fact, those days she used to be very lawful. I think most of our Asians will know, very strict, to be punctual, to follow the system, Baba's system, and so on. Of course, we were young at that time. We didn't see it as a problem. We enjoyed it. I remember once we went for a retreat in Singapore. And in that retreat place, there is a swimming pool. And we brothers, there are many brothers in Malaysia who moved to the centers later on. We waited all the sisters to go and sleep first. And then we went for a swim in the swimming pool. You remember? So, of course, we thought that Didi is going to catch us the following day, but she kept quiet. So, in many ways, she has been a mother for us, and make us very strong, and the basic fundamentals of the Brahmin system. And later on, the instruction came to move into centers. So, to move from Pandav Bhavan, which we were in at that time, to center life is just like moving from one room to another room, because we have been prepared, so to say. So we all moved in. Ganesh was there, and the seniors in Malaysia, Brother Lechu, Brother Pio, Brother Kumar, who's in Australia, Brother Hugh, all were in a Pandav Bhavan. We all moved to centers. So that shows the power of Didi Dr. Nirmala. She really prepared us to move to center. From there onward, in the 90s to 2000, is the time of expansion of service in Malaysia. We opened up many centers, and together with that, of course, there will be a lot of issues to address. And Didi used to visit us yearly, and also in Madhuban, She used to guide us to sail through all those issues and problems and how to keep the family together. And she always quote many examples from the seniors. And her quote from the classes, and at that time our seniors were around. So we used to observe them. So together with observing and her classes seems to be a good sustenance for us to sail through until Y2K, 2000. Now from 2000 onward, we saw that Didi's role had changed a little bit. She had to come to Gyan Sarovar, and our family have become a global family, big institutions. So the contact hours are now a little reduced, but it's more of quality time together. So during that time when we meet Didi, it's more like a friendship, friends. Earlier it was like Didi is very high up there, we are there following her. But in the 2000 onward, 2010, within that time, my observation is that she has accepted us as peers. You are doing service, I'm doing service, we are in the same boat, we are sailing through this spiritual journey together. That kind of feeling she created in us. So there's a lot of respect. So out of respect, we keep good communication with her. She is based in Gyan Sarovar most of the time, so we have connection with her. We used to ask her many things. Certain things we can decide, but out of respect and regard, we keep a good connection with her. And I have a high regard for her, and she have a high regard for me also. So we have no issues actually in relationships. Of course, in the later part of the years, when she's aging, we can see that the hairs, from white, from black to turns gray. We can see that she's also changing. She falls sick a couple of times, and the last time I met her was in Bangalore, when we had the Asia Pacific NCCC retreat. That's the last time I met her. And I did tell her that you look better now. She said, that's what everybody says. So we know that after that, many things happened, and then her time comes, she left the body. So over the years, if you were to ask me to sum it up, I would say that I was very, very fortunate to get in touch with such great souls now. And understanding that the connection is not only for this birth, many births to come, because we are talking about souls here. So I should be very, very thankful to drama in this context, because we will be coming into connection again and again, different time period, different bodies, different eras and so on. So it is just a feeling of gratitude towards such great souls who have basically have, at least for my case, has shaped my spiritual life. So I'm very, very thankful to her in this context. Thanks to Baba, thanks to the family. Om Shanti.
Thanks a lot, Peru Bhai. Now we will listen from Ganesh Bhai.
Om Shanti. I would like to thank Bab Dada and Madhuban and Dadis and Didi, Dr. Nirmala particularly, and all BKs. She was very particularly responsible for my spiritual growth from the beginning for the past 38 years. I remember when I just finished the 7 days course, just few months, I was in the evening class. Only a few students were there in the main center in Malaysia. And the time when she was giving Drishti, 7 to 7:30, that was the time when there was a big change in me. And she emphasized this, the power of purity through Drishti is very necessary. So that was one basic thing which I learned in the beginning, new in knowledge. There was something very powerfully, Drishti, how to really take it. So I took a lot of benefit from the power of Drishti on the basis of the power of purity. So that was one real stepping stone. The second stepping stone was when I first came to Madhuban in 1986, 31st December. That is 1 year after I took the knowledge. She was doing the translation for our personal blessings from Bab Dada. Because those days we used to have individual blessings. So she was translating Bab Dada's blessings for me, a personal blessing. The blessing goes like this. Having the assurance of my Baba and I'm Baba's, you will move forward with no obstacles. Never forget this. This was all the time ringing in my mind. No? And Didi's voice, no, she translated in English so that I could understand. So this is the second stepping stone, no? How I should now take the plan Baba has given for my spiritual growth. Not only that, after that, Didi called us to make a promise in Madhuban itself before going to our country of service, what you're going to do after meeting Baba the first time. So that was the second stepping stone for me. So that's where I got involved in many activities. That's where many international programs were there from 1986 onwards. And the third step was, she told that when you are involved in service, have a merciful attitude. Have equal vision to everyone. Do not see whatever they are. Have an equal vision, merciful attitude. That was very useful for me. Because in the year 1997 and then later in the year 2000, Didi, Dr. Nirmala and also Daddy Janki, they suggested that I should go to Sri Lanka to help services. So that's when it was very useful. All this stepping stone, number 1, number 2, and number 3, she says, have merciful attitude. When you meet anyone in the field of service, be on alert. Be very firm with all the maryadas Baba has given. She was emphasizing this many times. So that was something like I've taken it as a growth for my spiritual growth. And from then onwards, this keep reminding me in my mind, that this is how we should become Baba's special instrument for world benefit. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti.
Thanks a lot, Ganesh Bhai. Now we will listen from Jayanti Didi.
Om Shanti. I first welcomed Didi Nirmala to London as part of the first delegation that Baba sent to the Western world, and this was in June 1971. And I saw how active she was, how engaged she was in service and ready for everything. And then a few months later, a center started, and Madhuban, by then she'd gone on the tour and was in San Francisco, but she gave up the rest of her tour to come back to London, and so she became the first teacher in the first center to be established outside Bharat. And she was the perfect instrument for that, because she had to live on her own. It was a little place and she was living on her own, so she really had to be very active and alert and all-rounder, and very, very accurate in everything, very disciplined, and of course very clear and honest with everything. So that was my first introduction to her. Then through the years, of course, we served together in many, many different ways, but always the thread that ran through her life was her accuracy with Srimad, her love for Baba, the yagya and service. And so I see why Baba made her the instrument for Australia, Asia Pacific. She was always in touch with the Dadis, Dadi Prakashmani, Dadi Janki. So all of that was continuing, the communication, of course. But apart from that, she was very, very clear in her own understanding of what any step should be, both in terms of people's personal lives as well as service. And so really, I remember Baba saying to Dadi Janki at that time that if I had a dozen Nirmalas, the whole world could be served and Satyug would come very quickly. And so that was a beautiful blessing from Baba for her. And of course, Baba called a Nirmal ashram. So the one who's like the ashram, the pure place, but also the one who has that gentleness and softness and cleanliness. And so really a soul who played an amazing role outside Bharat, And you knew that if you sent her a question or an email or anything, you would always get a reply. You never had to remind her to send a reply. She was always accurate, and probably when I'd send us a message to the circle of the RCs, her reply would be the first one that would come back. So her attention to detail and accuracy in communication was really beautiful. And of course, then when she moved to Gyan Sarovar, it became a different experience for her, but she was able to straddle both roles, still serve Asia Pacific, but also serve Bharat and Gyan Sarovar in particular. So it was like her capacities were growing and developing, and her responsibilities were growing. But we never saw her burdened or worried about anything, because she was God's instrument, and she knew that everything would happen accurately, beautifully, as long as she was disciplined with Srimad. So very sweet memories of our times of service together. Om Shanti.
Thanks a lot, Jayanti Didi and everyone.
Tomorrow morning I can share in the class.
Okay. And also you have a class this evening, Didi, with the double foreigners. So, yeah, thanks a lot. And we are so grateful to be around such great souls and great Didis. Of course, Baba gives us the knowledge, but then when we see practically someone practically doing it, so then we understand much more and we follow it in a better way. So thanks to Nirmala Didi also, because Nirmala Didi was with us for 15 years, almost 15 years. So we got to learn from her so much, and yeah, thanks a lot, Didi, and thanks a lot to all these Didis. Thanks a lot. Om Shanti. And 2 minutes meditation, and then we can go for Brahma Bhojan. And after meditation, brothers and sisters from Sri Lanka, they will go to meditation hall, and Sudesh Didi will meet all of you now before lunch.